Here's a short story about a divorced guy who's handling things right after finding out that his girlfriend of 8 months, has a history of cheating, amongst other things. This guy's been around the block. His ex wife had a long term affair, so he's not sticking around for what he knows is inevitable. I've been going to go over here making the point, guys, that if you find out your girlfriend or your girl you just started dating has a history of cheating, when her needs aren't being met in a relationship, she steps out, end it, because she will do it to you, guaranteed, because once a cheater, always a cheater. And of course, as she lies about things like that, add lying into the mix, it's time to walk away. And don't buy into the whole I've changed and the begging and pleading. It's just not going to end well for you. Titled, Would I be the a-hole if I leave my girl for cheating on her last boyfriend? And a shout out to Rich for sending this story. He says, I'm 40 years old. I've been dating someone, a 41-year-old female, for a little over 7 months now. I married my college sweetheart and was with her for 17 years before discovering, and she admitted to having a long-term affair with a family friend at the end of 2022. 17 years up in smoke, long-term affair. Well, I didn't handle it very well at all. The only thing that kept me here was our daughter that we share 50-50 with, so I don't have a lot of dating experience. Oh boy, he's coming into a whole new world. Between 2022 and 2023, I found out 5 of my closest friends were also getting cheated on. Some decided to stick it out, and some kicked their partners out. 3 guys got cheated on, 2 women got cheated on, so infidelity was definitely in the air during the lockdown. No worries though, my ex-wife's affair started long before that. It's one thing to find out that your wife is cheating, but to find out it's been going on for a long time, that takes it to a whole new level. What a scumbag. Anyway, we separated, and I jumped back into the dating scene pretty quickly and met a bunch of really fantastic women. But as with anyone my age, they came with baggage of various sizes. Well, their asses were various sizes too. Because I was dealing with my own baggage, I walked away from some that I wish I stuck it out with, and others I ran faster than I thought possible. After my last breakup with someone, I took a few months and reflected on a lot of things, and continued on a path of self-improvement and growth. Good, that's what you should do. And you should take time to reflect. Where am I going wrong? What's, the big picture? What do I want here? During this time, I found out one of my closest friends, who had been helping me deal with everything for the last 2 years, admitted, don't worry, I'm a piece of crap too. I cheated on my current partner a few times. Oh my God. So his friend who's been there by his side finds out it's a big cheater too? That'll do it to you. I was floored and devastated. I dropped so many friends in the last 2 years when I found out they cheat on their husbands or wives. I never thought the person I was confiding in the most was hiding their secret life all this time. I knew them for 16 years, and yet I was relying on a serial cheater for support. All right. Well, again, once a cheater, always a cheater. And you don't want to be friends with someone like that because they obviously have no standards. They have no freaking integrity. And they'll screw you over, even though they're not going to cheat on you because they're your friend. They're still going to... You can't trust them. My options were to walk away like I did everybody else or bend my rules and keep them in my life. I decided to keep them in my life. Smack! Well, that's a bad idea because now this person... Why hang around people of low integrity? I don't agree with that. However, I do agree what he's about to do with his girlfriend. Well, I've been watching my moral compass and strict concepts of honor and integrity chip away and crumble as I rebuild my life, largely due to my dismay and sadness. I spent my life under a certain code of black and white, right and wrong, but everything has turned gray. I look away at things I would never look past before. I accept things from people I never would have thought before. But I've also learned new boundaries and stopped accepting other things as well, good and bad. I'm still working that out with the new me. There's a lot of gray in life, guys, but there's also black and white. And you start hanging around people that have low integrity, it's going to rub off on you. You don't need that. And they will screw you over one way or another. At the start of this year, I started chatting with a woman, and we bonded pretty quickly over similar interests and experiences. Her boyfriend was cheating on her with someone in their group, and so many of the things my ex and her ex were so similar, it felt like we were hearing about each other's exes when listening to stories about the things they were doing. Is he saying that this chick reminded him of his ex? Well, people tend to have a type, if that's the case. That's what I'm getting out of this. Because, guys, I'm sure you probably have noticed, if you're honest, you may have a certain pattern of dating similar women. And women have a habit of dating similar guys. So if he's dating a woman that's like his wife, how do you think this is going to go? She admitted to cheating on a boyfriend in her early 20s, but seemed genuinely remorseful. It was like 20 years ago. I overlooked it because we all make mistakes, and no one in their 40s is the same person as they are in their 20s. Smack! Well, he's about to say that's wrong. Yes, people in their 40s are generally are different people in some aspects, but certain core characteristics stay the same. A leopard doesn't change his spots. And by the way, let's think hard here. Has she changed in the cheating department? She never cheated again ever since feeling very bad about doing it in her 20s. We'll see. Well, she has a few kids. All seem to really like me. Are you saying you're dating a single mom? Smack. And one has a history of cheating? Smack. Again, let's see how this goes. My daughter loves her and her kids. We both have our own houses and are doing pretty well in life, all things considered. We go out on dates regularly and have a great time when we're together. Last week, I took her on a special holiday, and she got a little too drunk one night and admitted to cheating on her last boyfriend with a random guy she met at a music fest a few years ago. She refused to go into details about it, but she lost a few friends because of what she did. Hang on. Didn't he say that she admitted early on in the dating process that she cheated on a guy in her 20s? She felt really bad, really remorseful, and now she gets a little freaking drinks in her, and all of a sudden she's admitting she cheated on her last boyfriend, as in recently. Once a cheater, always a cheater. So she's a cheater. She's a liar. This is not going to work. She's going to do it to you, man, the second she's not happy. She met with her boyfriend for about 3 years at the time and decided she was going to have her fun in Las Vegas. You mean a girls' weekend, girls' trip? I don't know if she cheated on her boyfriend to get back at him for cheating on her, or if she knew if he was cheating on her at the moment. But I know that they were trying to work it out, and they stayed together for another year before they broke up. So she has a habit of being also in drama-filled relationships, which means your relationship is going to be drama-filled when she gets bored. And oh yeah, she's a single mom. Obviously, this has caused some strain on me, and she's noticed I've been different. I spent the last several days thinking about the old me and the new me and the reality of what dating life is like my age. Every single woman I've dated since separating from my wife has been cheating me. Some of them quite a few times, and some of them have cheated on past relationships. Damn near all my friends have been cheated on, and most of my friends that cheated are no longer my friends. So I think I'm going to say what a lot of you are thinking. Where the hell does this guy live? Cheatersville? Holy crap. Now I know, and I know you guys know that sadly this is an unfortunate reality, but my God, these numbers are quite high where he lives. Is it possible this is the type of guy that women cheat on and he hangs around a lot of guys that are the type they cheat on? Possible. Or they're just all going to cheat because nobody has any integrity anymore. It's so prevalent, it's so common, I'm still relatively so new to the dating scene again, and I'm just not sure if there's any point in walking away and trying to find someone else when the likelihood is still around 50-50 that whoever else I find has also cheated on their past partners. In other words, he's getting laid, he's having fun with her, but hey, the odds are I break up with her, somebody else, the next one's going to cheat. So, do I just, have an unattached attitude and have my fun with her? Well, I say no, because why be with someone like this? Would I be the a-hole if I just walk away? No. Is this something worth looking past, not ignoring, but keeping my conscious eye open for red flags, and acknowledging my own insecurities about getting cheated on again? Smack! Wake up, dude! No, you're not the a-hole for ending it with her, and no, you should stay with her. Why do you want to spend your whole time on the lookout for all these red flags? Because guess what? There are already red flags. She's lied to you. I guarantee there's more little secrets, more skeletons in her closet than she's admitting. You may need to relocate. You may need to find women in a different community because your whole town is Cheatersville, for God's sakes, next to fucking Whoville. But anyhow, guys, this has proven the point. You find out they're cheating in the past, end it. Because I guarantee you there's going to be a repeat process. And when their needs are being met, they'll find an excuse to end it with you. It's just a matter of time. I do think this guy needs to move. But there are good quality people out there, men and women. But you have to go through the process. You have to get through all the crap to get to the good ones. But it's going to take time. But he shouldn't just accept this as it is and stay with her. So no, he's in the right for his initial thought of ending with her. He needs to and move on. Not to mention he's a father. He doesn't need drama in his life. He's raising a freaking daughter already. I mean, with raising a young girl, there's already, a lot to deal with. Now, I'm going to read some comments here before I wrap this up. One guy says, not the a-hole. You're never an a-hole for breaking up. You can have whatever standards you want to have. I'm surprised that both of your friends with so many cheaters have end up with cheaters because most people don't cheat. I think a massive percentage cheat. It's like 20% of U.S. husbands and 13% of wives. Either you had some statistically improbable bad luck or you're attracting these people somehow. I think there's definitely bad luck. I think he's attracting certain people, but I don't believe that only 20% of husbands and 13% of wives cheat. I don't know where this guy's getting that statistic. That's a bunch of crap. I think you should take a break from dating and do some therapy to figure out why this keeps happening. Maybe there are red flags that you're ignoring. Maybe your low self-esteem is projecting a sense that you will tolerate disrespect. I don't know what it is, but I hope a professional can help you sort it out. That's a possibility. There could be something about him and all the people in his friend group that project a certain thing and attract a certain people. I mean, that's not completely crazy. Another one. Keep your moral compass intact. Don't waste the precious years you have left on this earth entangled with cheaters. If you're being alone, know you simply haven't met the right person yet. Sadly, your current partner is broken. Her past relationship shattered her moral compass, and fixing her is not your mission. You're darn right it's not his mission. In this age of degeneracy and moral decay, don't ever think that you should normalize adultery and hedonism. You didn't cheat. Make it a hill that you're willing to die on. People like you are rare, and I swear to God they exist. Surround yourself with those who share your values, because if you tolerate the company of cheaters, their influence will pull you down to their realm. Thank you. That's why you should distance themselves from this individual that he found out is also just like the women he's dating. Stay strong, keep the faith in your morals and your high standards. They're your shield in a world that has forgotten theirs. Yeah, the world's fucked, but he doesn't have to be. So there you go, guys. So you find out your girl's cheating. Move on in the story. And remember how she in the beginning said, oh, back in my 20s I did it. And I felt really bad. And then she gets a little drinks in her and all of a sudden, well, I cheated on Joe, my last boyfriend. Nope, walk away.